WAOH is brought to you in part by Jumpstart Video, online at jumpstartvideo.com.
Today I get to talk with Jessica Travis, and she is the founder of Assuage. Jessica, how are you today?
I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm good. I'm so glad to have you here.
Finally, right?
Yes, I'm so glad you made it. It was a little bit of a struggle getting you here, but you're here, and we're so thankful. And I have been reading a little bit about your organization, and I just want to share it with our Akron community. So tell me a little bit about Assuage.
Okay. So I applied for the Arts Now, Arts Forward grant, and I applied for my program. So Assuage, my idea was, as a visual artist here in Akron, I know I use art as a way to, alleviate my own stress and my own anxiety and things like that. And I want to bring this to my community.
I love that.
As a way to help promote mental health and self-care and self-love. As women, moms and stuff, we don't typically take that time out for ourselves. It is hard. So I want to try to instill that and create something where people are, consciously thinking of themselves.
Yeah, absolutely.
So assuage means to bring relief to a bad situation, a bad feeling. Women, we still are trying to be equals and seem equal to, most, like that.
Yeah.
So, and then HER stands for healing, encourage, and reinforce, right?
Okay.
So
healing, encourage, and reinforce.
Yes. Thank you. So my whole goal was to, like I said, I don't have no degrees and nothing like that, but I am an artist and I'm very passionate about my art. And my art saved my mental health. It helped me, feel better and, be better mom, wife, and, worker, whatever I need to do. So I want to bring what I knew could help, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So the goal is to basically use art as a way to help alleviate stress and anxiety. I did have a target audience for us Black women. As Black women, we don't typically talk about mental health that much. And I know I had struggled in the beginning before I, became aware of how important taking care of your mental health is.
Yeah, well, and that is something that, again, it's becoming easier to talk about. It's becoming more accessible to talk about, but it still has stigmas. Yeah, absolutely. And so I love that you are using your art to be able to kind of bypass some of the stigmas. That's really beautiful.
Yep. So that was the goal. And so I say art a lot because that's typically, in the nutshell, that's what it does.
Yes.
But it is like a creative program. So we do more than just paint and draw. One of my favorite classes was the charcuterie class we had.
Oh, that's
we had
fun.
We had at the Akron Art Museum. That was so fun. Because when you think about it, art is embedded in everything we do. When it comes to our homes, our cars, our clothes. That's a good creative eye, right?
Absolutely.
We did a nail class. We did a terrarium class. It was I'm just using all kind of ways where anything you ever wanted to try before, but then I don't know, and who has a class for this? I introduced it to us.
That's amazing. So is that the main part of the program where you set up these classes and then you invite women in to participate and learn about it?
Yes.
That's wonderful.
That's absolutely. So I'm typically more of an abstract, messing with acrylic paints and things like that. So I didn't know how to do charcuterie, but I know somebody that did know.
Right. So you brought them in.
I brought them in. Yes. So last year in 2024, I had over 30 classes. Wow. I only repeated classes twice.
And repeating classes isn't bad either, because that means that someone else can come and try that.
Yes.
So 30 classes last year. What is coming up for Assuage Her? What do you guys have on the schedule for 2025? What's coming up?
I got some pretty exciting things. Like I said, I had 30 classes last year. I partnered with over 20 local small businesses, women-owned minority businesses. That was my main, because I'm sharing the wealth. I'm making sure the grant money that I have, I'm pouring it right back to my community.
Yes.
So I'm trying to do that again. I have made good partnerships and friendships with a lot of people in Akron, and a lot of people who's family oriented and also have the same vision as me. Community support and
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
So do we have any on the schedule right now, or you're just working those out?
I am working it
Okay.
out. I plan to have a nice big, you know, kind of opening back into the year this summer.
Okay.
So I'm looking forward more to this summer. Scale back a little bit. Like I said, my grant was last year. So I'm still working off of grants. I did receive a grant recently from the Akron Community Foundation.
Wonderful. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's going to be helpful. So I'm planning, like, I'm taking everything I learned last year and applying it this year.
And then
scaling it down just a small bit.
Okay.
But making sure that the message is still getting clear. Like, you need to take care of ourselves, support each other, and be there for each other.
That's wonderful. Okay, so coming up this summer, we'll have some things to look forward to with Assuage Her. That's really great.
Yes,
Tell me about your own art. I want to know a little bit about your art. And then, you know, I know you said that's what inspired you to start this. So just share with me a little bit about your own art.
So I like to call myself like an abstract kind of artist, because I know once you say you're artist and I paint, can you draw me? Like, no, I'm not that type of...
I'm a different kind of artist.
Different type of art, right? So my favorite things to paint is like let's see, like galaxy kind of things. I love like bright colors and things like that. And women, of course, like I love everything about a woman. I'm a girl's girl.
Yeah.
Painting women and things like that. And my paintings are always geared to spark imagination. Right, I still got that little girl that's
beautiful,
like the color on the walls, like that's still in me. You're right.
That's I have a 3-year-old right now, so I really get that. She's been coloring on the walls a lot, but I can see what it goes into because I also have a 12-year-old, and she is my visual artist out of 3 and is constantly making stuff.
Nice.
I was sharing with someone else that she, you know, she's always working with clay, or she always has some kind of knitting in her hands, or she's always just using her hands to make something.
Exactly.
And so art can look very different. She's not sitting down drawing people either. And so I love that you like to spark imagination and creativity with your art. And it sounds like that actually goes with your nonprofit too.
Exactly. Yep. That's how how it came out. I love doing this. Like, I find pleasure in this. I'm pretty sure I find other women that love me. Pleasure doing this
sparking
too.
imagination and creativity in them too, and encouraging them with their mental health. So that's beautiful.
Yes.
Thank you so much for being here. And I want people to be able to find you. So how can people find what you're doing? Tell me your social media, if you have a website, all that good stuff.
So right now I operate it primarily on Instagram. So it's Assuage it's Assuage Her on Instagram.
Okay.
And then on Eventbrite, it's Assuage too. That's where I put like the programs I'm having, the days and times. I typically go all over. Last year I went all over Akron because I don't create no barriers or things like that. I want to make sure that people was able to come to, be able to get access to the classes.
Not just in one place in Akron. That you do it everywhere.
Exactly. So I was getting all over Akron. So that, of course, I'm going to continue doing that. Eventbrite, Assuage Her, and Instagram, Assuage Her.
Great. All right. As we wrap up, I want you to think of maybe the woman who is maybe even talk to yourself before you started this organization and what you needed for inspiration. Can you give us a few words of inspiration for that woman who might be struggling a little bit with her mental health, maybe does need to take that first step into some self-care?
Absolutely. You're not alone. You're not alone, and you are special. You are important, and be kind to yourself. Take your time. Be kind to yourself. We got enough of the world
like that
pushing us down. Be kind to yourself and uplift somebody else.
That's really good.
World of difference.
That's really good. I love that. Like, be kind to yourself and then pass it on to someone else. Because we need both.
We do. We really do.
We really do. We really need both. All right. Thank you, Jessica, for being here.
Thanks for having me. I hope to be back.
Yes, I hope so too. You look like an artist. I just love your look, and you're so creative with this look today. It's so fun.
Thank you so much.
All right. Make sure you guys check out Assuage Her on Instagram and all of these amazing events that are going to be coming up this summer here in Akron 2025. It's exciting. It's our bicentennial. So what a great year to have even more wonderful Akron events happening. Thank you so much for watching. We've got more great stuff coming up, so don't go anywhere.